Right now at 6, calls are growing to protect houses of worship in Connecticut. What state leaders and advocates are saying about their sense of security.
And costs of college rising for many students in our state. We'll share which schools will be impacted by the rise.
And the deadline to enroll in Access Health Connecticut's health plan is inching closer. We're going to tell you what you need to know if you want insurance for the new year.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks for starting yours off with us here at Fox 61, America Areas.
And I'm Rachel Piscatelli. Thanks for joining us on a Friday. Weather looking pretty good this morning.
Yeah, temps are not bad, right, Matt?
Feels good.
I stepped outside and was pretty impressed with the temperature. I thought it was comfortable.
You know what? Here's the thing. It's almost like bank error in your favor. You know, it's that old card in the Monopoly game where if it comes in a couple of degrees warmer and it feels good and you go, wait a second, isn't it supposed to be colder out there? And you go, bank error in your favor. So we're very happy to report that things are nice. And we're going to warm things up quite nicely over the next couple of days. A lot of sunshine in control. Rain coming late at the end of the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up. Satellite radar picture showing you one of the culprits. You see the wind now kind of out of the southwest, a little moderating, milder flow. We like that. 31 in Hartford, 39. That's not bad in New Haven. Upper 20s in the quiet corner in Torrington as well. Little wind again coming out of the south and west, takes the real feel down to the low to mid 20s inland, lower 30s at the shoreline. That's seismically better than where we had the numbers yesterday. Is seismically? That's a little much, right? Yeah, okay. 31 now, 52 later on today. Temperature should be topping out in the low 40s. I like that a lot. Tell you how long it's going to last coming up. Any seismic issues on the roads, Rachel? I hope.
I don't see that right now, Matt, which is good news for your Friday morning commute here at 6:02. Across the board here, all of the road work that we had out there this morning is wrapped up, so that's good news for any of our early morning commuters. Taking a look now over New Haven, if this starts to work, there we go. Over in New Haven this morning, just towards Long Wharf, looking pretty good in both directions on 95. We'll just take a quick peek at your drive times to the state lines here. Hartford to Massachusetts is 35 minutes. It's smooth on 84 this morning. 95 looks good on the north and the southbound side heading to New York, and Waterbury to New York is a nice 56-minute drive. We'll have another update for you coming up in the next half hour.
Well, this morning in New Haven, officers are investigating after 2 people were found dead inside of a home there. Police responding to the home on Russell Street just after 8:15 yesterday morning. Officers say the man and woman were shot and pronounced dead on the scene. Now, a gun was also found inside the home, but it's not certain what led up to the incident. And one man is in the hospital after he was shot in the arm in New Haven last night. Officers responding to reports of gunshots at about 7:30 in the area of Grand Avenue and Poplar Street and Bashley Avenue. So police are asking anyone with any information on this shooting to please give them a call. And this morning, the state is doing its part to prevent hate crimes here in Connecticut, specifically at houses of worship, colleges, and nonprofits.
It's all part of a grant program to make these buildings a safe space. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is live outside of the state capitol in Hartford with how this money would be used. Good morning, Lindsay.
Hi, good morning. Well, this $5 million grant will go towards places of worship and other nonprofits to help with security. Now, this as hate crimes here in Connecticut have risen 295%. Now, this grant money would award each qualified applicant up to $50,000 for things like ballistic glass, solid core doors, remote electronic locks, and camera surveillance. The grant program administered by the State Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection is funded by a 2019 bill. This grant money would expand the program. Last year, 200 places applied for the grants and half were turned away because funds ran out. Here at home, incidents of hate are on the rise, including swastikas found on college campuses and an increase in threats to local Palestinian students. This while the Israel-Hamas war continues to escalate overseas. State lawmakers say it's an unfortunate reality that funds need to be utilized specifically for protection.
It's heartbreaking that we have to think about this, that we're here today announcing security funding in order to ensure that people who are going to their houses of worship to pray feel safe. But that's the world that we live in today.
The Bond Commission meeting is scheduled for 10:30 this morning. Now, if approved, applicants will be able to apply immediately. Live in Hartford this morning, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Lindsay, thanks for that report. We'll check back in coming up in the next hour.
On New This Morning, Bloomfield superintendent gets the boot, and now he's taken action. The Board of Ed voted last night to fire Dr. James Thompson Jr. He served as Bloomfield's superintendent for the past 12 years. Now, the board didn't give a reason for the termination, but we do know that Thompson was planning to retire at the end of this school year. Thompson's not commenting on the matter, but the district says he plans to take legal action against the board. Now, as for who's going to take his place, well, that's still up for discussion.
Well, today is the final day to sign up for Access Health CT to receive benefits in January. If you need some help understanding your option, there is an event in Bristol at Bristol Public Library from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. If you miss the deadline, you can still enroll, but you won't be able to receive benefits until February. A 5% tuition increase has been approved by the Connecticut State College and University Board of Regents. Among the reasons for the increase included enrollment declines and inadequate funding from the last legislative session. At the state universities, the average cost of a tuition will increase by $334 a semester. Community colleges would see an increase of an extra $216 a semester. The State Employee Bargaining Agent Coalition released a statement after the vote saying in part, quote, this tuition hike will impacts Connecticut's most vulnerable students and will no doubt lead to lower enrollment and plummeting retention rates.
As officers search for a suspect in connection to one man's death, his family and his friends are calling for justice. 31-year-old Timothy Ross was remembered by family and friends at a vigil last night. It was organized by Mothers United Against Violence. Timothy's family says they want to know who killed him as they mourn.
It's a shame that two little girls are without their dad, a fiance without her fiance, a mother without her child. We have to put an end to this violence.
Well, this morning, police are still looking for the vehicle involved in this deadly shooting. How officers believe it's a small white SUV with South Carolina license plates. The number's reading JDD 955. If you think you've seen this vehicle or if you have any other information about this deadly shooting, you're asked to please reach out to Bloomfield Police. And police arrested a man they say shot a teenager at the Brass Mills Center Mall last Friday. 19-year-old Marco Gonzalez Jr. is believed to have fired 2 shots into the teen's chest. Now, that teen is expected to be okay. Gonzalez faced a judge yesterday in Waterbury. He's being held on $1.5 million bond. Police say it started with a large fight in the food court over a girl.
Well, the Office of the Inspector General says a shooting involving a police officer in New Haven from last year was justified. On October 7, 2022, Officer Chad Curry fired several shots after police say Jose Claudio shot his patrol car's windshield. Officer Curry was injured and taken to the hospital, but was later released. Claudio was later located on Putnam Street in Hartford, where he was taken into custody. He is facing a list of charges, including attempted murder. A new study by the Center of Disease Control and Prevention is giving new insight on where kids most commonly find guns. It shows that when an unintentional deadly shooting happens, more times than not, the gun was found in a bedroom, specifically inside or on top of a nightstand, under a mattress or pillow, or on top of a bed. Officials want to release this information to illustrate why putting a gun out of sight or out of reach is not safe enough. Firearms should be stored unloaded and in a proper lockbox. By law, gun owners in Connecticut need to properly store their firearms in their homes, whether they're loaded or unloaded. Those rules stem from a measure called Ethan's Law, which was passed in 2019. The bill was championed by Kristen and Michael Song, the parents of 15-year-old Ethan Song, who accidentally shot and killed himself after handling a gun at a neighbor's home. Senator Blumenthal and Murphy have been trying to get Ethan's Law passed nationally for several years.